What's up, guys? It's another episode of Chapel's Concert Chronicles. It's a special one. We're here in Rockingham, North Carolina for the Epicenter Festival. Plenty of diverse rock and metal acts, rap groups, you name it. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time because I want to fit as many videos of the bands playing as I possibly can in this video. So we're going to see y'all here at Epicenter, hopefully. If not, I hope you like the video, and cheers. Got Lemmy's favorite drink, Jack and Coke. We'll see y'all later.
I sat down to watch the game. My wife came in, she found my cocaine. Whoops. I tore out her eyes. Now she can't find my supplies or much else. Oh, what a perfect wife. Love of my life. You are the hammer, I am the nail, building a house in the fire on the hill. There is a string that leads me to hope. I tied the noose, but you are the rope. And it was a lie that got me in bed. I am the dog, you are the shed. I can't find the perk in the Percocet when you're not around. Went to the bar to get a little closer to myself and the things I never really wanted to know. Walk got a little far, so I got into a cab that smelled like vinegar. Stains that showed what's in the girl before. But I want to be where all the stupid shit I say sounds so romantic and true. 'Cause I'd rot in hell with you if you just asked me to. I love the shitty things we do together. Live with me in this sin forever. Hell and you, I know you wanted to. I say you take the shot, see this chance, feel the fire. Let me have this dance with you. Good Lord is a dark one. Good Lord is the one that brings the fire. Good Lord is a dark one. The blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. The riverbed will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy. The riverbed will run red with the blood of the saints and the blood of the holy.
Feels without you. I wanna stay in love with my sorrow. Won't let it go.
I am pretty sure I'd be welcome over there. Black Label, Judas Priest,
Dimebag
Daryl, Ozzy. You know, I have that same Ozzy shirt.
Oh, don't forget the House Stark.
Yeah, the House Stark on the front. They had a House
Oh, it's
Stark.
right there.
Oh, they got it on that side too?
Yeah.
They do. They have it on this side too. It's fucking awesome. House Stark represent for all you Game of Thrones fans. That was Lady Chapel giving the devil. Now going.
All right, we drove down here from New York. I'm here for Tool, mostly.
Here to see Tool and Corn.
Tool and Motionless and White.
Pretty much everybody, though.
Where you guys from?
New York.
Sweet. Long Island.
County.
All right, guys. Where you from and who you here to see?
My name is Sean. This is Brooke. We're from Virginia. I'm here to see Motionless and White, Tool, Bring Me the Horizon. Beartooth kicked it yesterday. That's my main ones here.
Yeah, I was here to see Hands Like Houses, Beartooth, and Bring Me the Horizon.
Nice. Thank you. All right, man. Where you from and who you here to see?
I was born and raised in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, but right now I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I drove over here with my sister to come and see, yesterday, my #1 band I wanted to see was Meshuggah. And that was a fantastic show. We had a blast. I'm pretty sore and kind of beat up today from that show.
I was there.
It was worth it. Yeah, it was worth it. The band was fantastic. And of course today the headline is Tool, and that's pretty much as good as it gets. And they're supposed to play new music too, which we haven't had new music from Tool
ready
in
for that.
years and years and years. So that's always exciting. And of course, every other band that I come across, I mean, there's tons of bands that'll play. I think the 311 will play tomorrow, which I like that band too. Black Label Society is a really talented band, and that's just
I'm
really
obviously
great,
here for them as well,
really
yeah.
really great rock and roll. And that's it, man.
All
I've been
right.
having a blast, trying not to get too sunburnt.
Right on, brother.
Trying not to get too dehydrated and too sunburnt.
That's the plan. Thank you, brother. I
Yeah,
appreciate
pleasure.
it. All right, man. Where'd you come from and who you here to see?
I'm Andrew Woodham, and I came here. I'm from Cheraw, South Carolina, which is only about 20 miles down the road from here. But we got the camping slot, so we wouldn't have to deal with the traffic.
Right on.
My main person that I really wanted to see, or band that I really wanted to see, was Tool, of course. So,
Oh, yeah.
They may be putting out some new stuff, and I want to be the first to hear it.
Right on, brother.
And that's about it.
Cool, man.
I enjoyed every show that I've been to so far.
Nice.
I can't complain with anything here. It was pretty good.
So your overall experience has been good so
Yeah.
far. Second day. We're about to start second day.
Second day.
Rock on, man. Appreciate it, brother. What's up, guys? Now, I have to talk about how crazy the ups and downs was of this festival. I mean, let's start with Friday. What a wonderful, wonderful day. A lot of good bands, lots of different genres. But for me, what stuck out the most, first thing, was Amigo the Devil. That guy, his blend of like folk music and his really kind of dark but tongue-in-cheek kind of lyrics, and talks about serial killers, you know, but he has some really like hard-hitting songs that, you know, really can tug on the heartstrings, if you know what I mean. But one of my favorites from the festival, and it was just him. He just played an acoustic guitar and a banjo, like back and forth, and it was just him. That was it, and he captivated the audience pretty good by doing that. All around, probably one of my favorites of the day was Zeal and Ardor. I've been following these guys for a few years now, and I was thoroughly impressed live. Not sure where their bass player was. I haven't really looked into that yet, but other than that, that was my only critique of that. Was there was no bass player, but the band was spot on. Those their harmonies were great. I love how dark they are and how they mix like the old like Chain Gang style of blues and soul and black metal, like all this mixture all together of things that you don't think would mix well, and they take it and make a beautiful stew, so to speak. I'd say one of the heaviest bands is a lot of metalheads, you know, longtime favorites of the playing off time kind of stuff was Meshuggah. That was brutal. The pit got brutal for Meshuggah. They're one of Sweden's finest, and they really put on a great show. Guys were tight as hell, and probably the heaviest band there was Meshuggah. And one that stuck out for me that day that was spot on when it comes to just performance and vocals was Evanescence. Evanescence, Amy Lee hit those notes like you wouldn't believe. And you know, I'm not the biggest Evanescence fan, but Lady Chapel, she really loves them, and I've took her to see them in an intimate setting at the Fillmore in Charlotte a few years ago, and then seeing them perform in front of, you know, thousands of people was pretty awesome. She really captivated the band. The whole band sounded good. I like this setup of Evanescence band wise. Everybody seems to be really good and tight in that band. But stage show of the night definitely went to Rob Zombie. Rob had a killer stage show. Not the biggest fan of his later work, but I was a big White Zombie fan growing up. White Zombie was my first concert. White Zombie and Pantera, and changed my life forever. That show did. And the Zombie brings the show. He is a showman for sure. And John 5 on guitar. Oh, you can't beat that. You can't beat having John 5 in your band. I mean, it's like, well, you know, I have the greatest guitar player ever, but you know, I'm Rob Zombie. We're not super technical, so it's just kind of weird, but awesome all at the same time. But the stage show was top notch, and was very, very entertained. Last band of the night was Korn. Honestly, for me, I liked Korn a lot when I was in high school, when I was like 14 and they first come out. The first two records, yeah, and then after that, here and there, a few songs here and there, but I don't hate on them. But they you know, they put on a pretty good show, and I've seen Korn so many times over the years that, you know, I was just kind of, it's another Korn show. But they were really good. The crowd really dug them. The crowd was ready to see Korn for sure. And but that was the end of that night, and we go back to the campsite, Lady Chapel and I, and the next day, Saturday, we don't go in till late that evening. We didn't really. The only thing I hated, I missed the band Alien Weaponry. They opened up the day, but then for me, and if you're fans of a lot of these bands that played between Alien Weaponry and Crowbot, then I'm sorry, but I just didn't want to see it. So we didn't go in, like, you know, Lady Chapel didn't want to see it either. We were just not interested until about 4 o'clock, and we started heading over to get there at 4, and we saw Crowbot, who is amazing. Crowbot put on a wonderful performance. They just get better and better every time I've ever seen them live. It looks like the 3rd time I've seen Crowbot, and they were great. First time was opening for Clutch, and they blew me away then, and no one knew who they were. And now playing Epicenter, it's like bringing that awesome old school bluesy hard rock in your face back at you again. And that you know, with one of the killer front men. I mean, when it comes to his voice and just his mannerisms on stage, you know, really bringing back an old school feel there. But after Crowbot, we had to see Black Label Society. I had my vest on. People know me, know I'm hardcore Black Label Society fan. So I was there to represent one of my all-time favorite bands. And we got about 3 songs in, and then that's when the tornado warning come through, and they evacuated the venue. And Saturday, there was a lot more people there Saturday than there was Friday. I mean, there was a lot of people there Friday, but apparently there was a lot of trouble with the traffic. A lot of people weren't getting in. It was, I don't know what was up with with Epicenter, because, you know, Carolina Rebellion was a big thing, and this is the thing that's supposed to replace Carolina Rebellion. And, you know, it starts off okay, and then, you know, traffic coming in, people can't, it's congested, people are parking on the side of the road just trying to walk in and get in, because it's just over, they didn't anticipate the traffic, obviously. And then the tornado warning hit, and they evacuated, and literally it was a crazy time. You know, we're getting herded out like cattle, and it's not easy with all these people trying to flow out the gates. It literally took us almost an hour to get from where we were back to our campsite to get in our car. It started raining. I had enough time to put down our canopy and get our tent down and in the luscious Lincoln, which we're inside right now, for safety. And as soon as we got in, then the wind hit, and we were watching other people's canopies and tents flying. Like a full big tent flew and hit the front of the car, and then it was over. But apparently the storm caused a lot of damage on the inside, and they wouldn't let anybody back in until it got cleaned up. And the main band of the night was Tool, and a lot of people came to see Tool. A lot of people, and it was a big deal for Tool to be closing out the night in the new big North Carolina, you know, hard rock heavy metal festival. And, you know, that's Mother Nature's fault, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, it was a huge disappointment. We, you know, Lady Chapel has never seen Tool, so I was really hoping to get her to see Tool for the first time, and but things happen. And honestly, the 3rd day, we didn't even stay for the 3rd day. That was Mother's Day, and, you know, I look like a hoodlum, but I love my mother. So, anyways, overall, I had fun Friday. Got to see a lot of bands I wanted to see. Had a good time in the campground with a lot of people. Give a shout out to a lot of you guys. You've seen them in the video, and had a blast. It was great having a nice little community there of really cool people who didn't have egos, and it wasn't assholes or anything like that. We all had a good time, and and enjoyed each other's company, and you know, and we all come together for music, music in general. You know, not all of us were there, or a lot of us had like different things, and it was nice to see everybody who likes different things come together and have a good time, and that's what it's about. So I'm gonna leave you guys now, and hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was meant to be longer, but you know, Mother Nature really just smacked us around. Anyways, fellas and ladies and who all's watching this, go out there, find you some good music. We'll see you later.